Hello. Good morning, children. Children, we are done with the semester 1. So all of you keep your semester 1 notes aside and take your new classwork for semester 2. See, the new notebook has to be taken for semester 2. Okay. The first chapter in Sem 2 is decimals. What I am explaining you now, don't write in your classworks. Okay? This is explanation part. Notes, I'll send you, copy that notes. Okay? What are these decimals? Decimals means what? Decimals are special fractions. Decimals are special fractions. Decimals are special fractions. In fractions, we have learned about the mixed fractions like 3, 1 by 2. Okay. In this mixed fraction, we have a whole number and fractional part. Whole number, fractional part. Similarly, a decimal. Similarly, decimals also have a number, whole number and decimal part. How we have here whole number, fractional part. Similarly, decimals also have whole number and decimal part. Suppose we will take whole number as same. We'll take as 2. The whole number as 2. And decimal part we will take as say something 5, 4, 3. Decimal part. This is whole number and this is decimal part. So, how do we represent this decimals using these two? Using whole number and decimal part. Decimal is equal to 2 whole number and decimal part 5, 4, 3. When we take here fractions, it has numerator and denominator. The numerator and denominator are separated by a fractional bar. Fraction bar. This is fraction bar. These two are separated by a fraction bar. Similarly, here also the whole number and the decimal part are separated by a decimal point. This is a point. That is decimal point. These two are separated by a decimal point. And how do we read this number? How do we read this number? Listen carefully. 2.543. This is how we read a decimal number. 2.543. Okay. Before decimal, how we write number names, everything is same before the decimal. But after decimal, it is completely different. For example, if I take three numbers, I'll take and show you. Suppose I'll say 765.432. How do I read this one? 765.432. I should not read this one as 765.432. 432. Saying this as 432 is completely wrong. It's completely wrong. after the decimal, we have to read the digits individually. We have to read the digits individually. Okay? 765.432. Understood? Now we will write the place values for these. Okay? As usual, the left side or before the decimal point, it is same like whole numbers only. Ones, tens, hundreds. But the change is after decimal point. The change comes after decimal point. How do we read this one? After decimal point. There is no ones, tens, hundreds here. We will start with tenths. THS. Tenths. This 3 as hundredths. Hundredths. This 4 is tenths place. Tenths place. 3 is hundredths place. And 2 is thousandths place. 3 is thousandths place. And how do we, now we will write the each digit. I will write and write their place value. 7 hundredths. Hundredths. Okay? 6 tenths. So tens place. 5 ones place. This I'm not writing the value. I'm writing the place. Okay. 4 tenths. Tenths. This you have to make sure pronounce correctly. 6 is tenths place. 4 is tenths place. Tenths place. And it is 1 by 10. I'll write the value here in brackets. 100. 10. Ones means 1 we will write. Tens means 10. Hundreds means 100. In the similarly, tenths means 1 by 10. Now coming to the next digit, that is 3. Its place is hundredths. Hundredths. And its value is 1 by 100. Hundredths. 1 by 100. Coming to the next 2. It is thousandths. Thousandths. 1 by 1000. Understood? This dot is decimal point. This dot is decimal point. Before the decimal, it is whole number. Before the decimal, it is whole number. After the decimal, it will be a decimal part. Decimal part. Understood? Before the decimal, whole number. After the decimal, decimal part. Okay, and this dot is decimal point. And the place values we have. I have taught you the place values. And how do we read this one? 746.432. And how we read this decimal number? 2.543. 2.543. Okay. Next. Okay. In the upcoming sessions, in the upcoming classes, we will learn about like decimals, unlike decimals, equivalent decimals, comparing decimals, and addition and subtraction of decimals. Understood, children? This is all about the introduction to the decimals. So in the upcoming sessions, we will be learning about like decimals, unlike decimals, equivalent decimals, comparing decimals, addition and subtraction of decimals. Okay children. Bye children. We'll meet in the next class.